Hey everybody, Mike B back here with another video coming at you straight from mommy's basement as usual. And today we're going to be doing one that I've been seeing brought up in the comments quite a bit, and I've actually had conversations with people in person who are not currently gun owners or are very new at it, and they ask me about what kind of firearm they should get and what to look for and everything. So I'm not a firearm salesman. I'm a collector slash shooter slash hobbyist slash hunter, you name it. But I do know a few things about gun sales based on what I've experienced, witnessed, and heard about firsthand. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So I'm going to just kind of give some tips and pointers for those of you that are either first-time gun purchasers, firearm purchasers, and then you ask the question, what's the best gun? And they try to sell you a Glock. And that's it. Now, we're going to get into the sales techniques and everything, what to look for and kind of how to deal with that in a second. But the whole premise of this video is just to kind of state that there is no such thing as the best gun. There really isn't. I know all you Glock fanboys, oh, well, their motto is perfection. I've seen Glock, I mean, look at the Glock 44. No, it's not perfect. It's a good choice for sure if it works for you, but it's not perfect. The Israeli Jericho 941 is not perfect. None of these, I'll have to go through all the models because everybody always thinks they're Counter-Strike guns. This one's kind of, it's at HKUS P45, SIG P320, Beretta 92 FS, CZ82 or VZ82, and Ruger GP100, and a Glock Model 17 Gen 2. So that's what we've got for models here. I just kind of got a little bit of variety, including a wheel gun, because a lot of people they ask me, hey, what gun should I get? And I'm like, well, that's basically like saying, what car should I get? You got to answer or ask yourself an answer or get a few questions answered. Like, what are you going to use it for? Are you using it? Do you want to become a concealed carry permit holder? Do you want it for home defense? Do you want it for just going out and shooting, or do you want it for exercising your Second Amendment rights? What are you actually looking to do? Like in this case with a handgun. Oh well, all of the above. Okay, perfect. That's actually a pretty logical answer. Now for that, you walk into a gun shop, right? And any gun shop that's worth half a shit or a fuck is not going to try to sell you on one brand. If they start doing that, if you walk in there and they go, oh, Sig Sauer, the only brand, the only brand, you should definitely get a Sig Sauer, and you go, well, what about this one? Nope, this is, if you're a new gun buyer, this is probably it. Sorry about all the cat hair floating around. I don't have carpet in my house. It's all hardwood floors, so, or in the basement, it's all hardwood floors and solid floors, so there's a lot of dust floating around. And otherwise, it'd be in the carpet. So, I mean, just think about that and try to sleep tonight. Anyway, got sidetracked, but I know every video, who's cat hair? Yep. So yeah, if they keep trying to sell you on a brand, that means that they're either getting commission for it or they themselves like it and are trying to push it on you, which makes them a shitty salesperson. At that point, if they keep trying to sell you, either ask for somebody else or simply thank them for their time and exit the store, because you don't want to be doing business with people that don't really give a shit about you as a new gun owner. And that's an example of not giving a shit about a new firearm owner. It's not responsible. It's just dumb. It's really dumb. Now, some of the best salespeople I've seen, like I walked in, and when I got this guy, I usually get stuff online that's used, but this one I actually bought new. And there's a reason for that, is because I walked in there, and they said, "Can I help you with anything?" I was like, "Nope, just browsing, thanks." And so I was asking about some other models of handguns and stuff, and they were going through. They didn't just try to sell me on Sig Sauer or Glock or Beretta or Ruger or anything like that, or H&K. They just said, okay, this is what we've been hearing from people that like this. They let me take it out of the case and actually physically handle it. And that was the reason I actually purchased this Jericho, is because after about 2 hours of mulling about and actually making a decision, I wanted a 9mm semi-automatic handgun that was brand new. I wanted something that was not a Glock, that actually fit my hand better. And it was between this and, what the hell was it? And as soon as I pulled this one out of the case, I held it like this, and I aimed, and I said, holy shit, this is the most comfortable handgun I've ever fucking experienced, just brand new, and having never held one before. And he said, yeah, people are really liking those. They're flying off the shelves. This was a few years ago when this model was really getting popular. And so I said, okay, well, blah, blah, blah. And he goes through and he was saying, well, here's what people don't like about it. They don't like the fact that the slide's a little bit more narrow, like on a CZ75, which is kind of what this is based off of. And they don't like that it's hammer strike, but some people do. And so he's just giving me all the pros and cons, was not trying to sell me on a specific brand. This is a mid-range for a price of a handgun. I really appreciated that, even though I was in there for 2 hours going over all the selection of guns, and I do know a little bit about firearms. And a new person would have been treated the exact same because he didn't ask me what level of proficiency I had with all these guns. I think he asked if I had firearms and what I wanted to get one for. I said yes, so he knew I wasn't a total noob, but it could have been my second purchase, a week apart, and I could have like not known anything, but he treated me like he would treated anybody else, and I really appreciated that. Now, when I go into a gun store for the first time, that's what I look at. If there's a customer, even if, whatever, I look at how they're trying to sell a product. Are they actually trying to get the firearm that's going to fit and that feels right in the customer's hands? They're going to be comfortable with it. They know about that, et cetera, and not really caring about the commission or the price rate. Are they doing that, or are they saying, no, Glock is the only way to go? And if the person goes, well, it feels kind of square and blocky in my hand, I kind of liked the revolver a little bit better. It just felt better. No, Glock. This is, you guarantee you won't be disappointed with that. I'm usually like, okay, I'm gonna leave. Because if I say something, they're just gonna get all pissy. I've seen people do that, like, hey, I don't want to buy that. Well, fine, you're not gonna get a Glock. But so anyway. That's my advice if you're walking in and you're a first-time gun owner, is try out as many different, gun shops, responsible ones, they're going to let you handle these. They'll, if you're not being safe and you're uncomfortable with them, just tell them that, let them know, be like, hey, I'm really new to these, keep my finger off the trigger, all that stuff. But then, just, they'll let you handle these things. They want you to be comfortable with these, because then, out of ignorance breeds, or fear is bred, and if you're not ignorant of the fact of how to safely handle a firearm and you're more comfortable with them, that's better for the gun community. So it's all something that, we're all in this together. But some people, just for whatever reason, they have their fucking brand loyalty, which is one thing. Like, just because it works for you, I know a lot of people like Glocks. They're not my favorite handguns, to be honest. They work, they're good. I haven't really had a lot of problems with them. I'm not a fan of the grip. I'm not a fan of the square, blocky grip. I can hit stuff with them, but it's just not my favorite. This is my favorite one, the H&K USP 45. A lot of fanboys of H&K. Not my favorite handgun. It's really big. It's really bulky. It's just huge. Like, the grip and everything, and the gun is really big. The sights are okay, but it's, again, not my favorite. The SIG P320. The trigger on these is pretty rough. It's not my favorite. The Beretta N92FS. It's not my favorite handgun. It works. I'm proficient with it. The Ruger GP100. I'm not a big revolver shooter, but out of all the revolvers that I own, that's my favorite. And for surplus guns, this is actually one I use for concealed carry if I ever choose to do that. I use a VZ82 or CZ82 with Hornady Critical Defense ammunition. Really good choice. It's small, it's compact, I trust it, I've never had a malfunction with it. Good stuff. Now, I know a lot of people that don't like this kind because it's heavier and it's a surplus gun and whatever and all that stuff. So out of all these two are the ones that I would pick. That doesn't mean that you're not going to be comfortable and way more proficient with a Glock than I am, with a Glock, and that you're going to be as proficient as I am with this. You need to try out different styles of handguns, rifles. This goes for any firearm. The gun shop should have the responsibility for you. And if you got friends, hey, ask your friends to go out and shoot. Don't be bashful. They'll teach you how to do it. Just make sure they're somewhat competent. That's always easier said than done. But yeah, if my friends, I've had friends that go, hey, I'm not really comfortable with guns. Can you take me out shooting? Absolutely. So we go out there, go through the safety process, and I let them try everything. And a lot of people do like Glock. They go, oh, I'm really comfortable with this. This one wasn't working as well for me. Or, oh, I like the H&K a lot. The SIG really wasn't my thing. And then it's like, okay, now you can kind of narrow down what is going to work better for you for all the scenarios that you were going to be buying it for, right? That I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So that's how you should approach your first purchase as either a brand new firearm owner or one that's not really into the game. You should be trying out and being patient, trying out as much as you can, hopefully before you buy it. But hey, if you buy it and you don't like it, you can always sell it for a little less than what you paid for it. It's not like the used car market where you're like screwed by 50%. You can say, hey, I put 100 rounds through this. It wasn't really my thing. Somebody's going to buy it because people like to try different things. So that's my advice to you on how to handle gun shops, right? They're not... You can usually tell right away when you walk in if they're going to be good or bad. And the ones that are good, I keep going back to, even if they do cost a little more, because the service is amazing and you don't want somebody that's just trying to make commission or sell you on their favorite product. It's not about them, it's about you. Remember, you're the customer, you're going to be the owner. You need to make sure that whatever you're the most comfortable with and most efficient with and most safe with is the weapon you choose. So, hopefully this helps out. If you're already a gun owner, hopefully you agree with this, because this is just what I've noticed, and this is a small part of it. And just figured I'd make a video for new firearm owners or people that are newer to the community and kind of don't know because of the reasons I mentioned. So again, the best gun is the one that you are the most comfortable with, that fits the scenario and fits what you need to use it for, and in all those manners. Effectively, safely, and comfortably. So, that's all I've got on this video. Let me know what you think. If you got any other questions, if you're living in a different country where firearms aren't allowed, hopefully someday they will be, but I'm sorry you had to sit through this video. It must suck. But anyway, I'm just giving you shit a little bit. But anyway, that's all I've got. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you consider becoming a supporter on Patreon, it's $1 a month. $12 a year buys you in, and it allows me to get cool stuff like ammunition to go out and make shooting videos when it's not balls cold outside. Stuff like that, magazines, new firearms and stuff. Patreon's pretty interactive as well. If you do the $5 a month or more level, you get access to my Discord server, which I'm getting some ideas for upcoming videos on there, and I'll be giving the guys credit that suggested it. It's pretty fun. I'm on Discord most of the time, and it's a great way to support the channel. It's fun. And there you go. So if you consider doing that, if not, I just appreciate you watching. And I guess I'll see you on the next video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully this helps you. And yeah, get in the game. It's fun. All right, we'll see you on the next video, guys. That's all really that I've got for this one. Fuckity bye.